now it's kind of just moved away completely from that. As we go into this domination map, I am curious if we decide to change things up a little bit in terms of the bans here for these teams. So Platinum Star,
Nah.
they will get they will get the first ban. We'll see what they decide to go with. Storm, that's been their kind of go-to. Kanga, do we respond with Wolverine? All
And
right.
then we protect Lunar Snow.
Do we? It's a possibility. It's
I mean,
one of many possibilities.
This is working for Kanga, right? Obviously, on these domination maps, Lunar Snow still very effective, but they are deliberating on this a little more.
Do you protect Hulk?
Ooh. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, you might want to. No, Lunar Snow is the protect here, so this is played out basically the same way. And if that's the case, this would be a Winter Soldier. HELA, though, this time prioritized a little higher.
I was going to say the Hulk protect would have been quite fascinating, right? As that'll be a Namor ban. Platinum Star. Also for Kanga, right? If you protect the Luna, it kind of gets them to ban the Namor in the Storm, right? So it gets both of theirs off the table, and that will be the Winter Soldier gone. So Winter Soldier out of this one, Namor in Storm. Wolverine as well in terms of the duelists.
Okay, so this has gone fairly similarly. It's slightly different. So, Winter Soldier banned out, of course, because HELA is the protect here. Pyrax, I think, is probably going to be more than happy to take this fight. We saw them on the Iron Man on that previous map. That was so dirty. It looked pretty incredible, honestly. And so here on the Kanga side, we've seen just how powerful the Hulk and Strange combination is. Like you mentioned, Matt, it's something that we used to see just constantly banned out, such that like teams were playing way more Venom in the past. But it looks like those dive styles just aren't quite powerful enough right now, at least not enough to tempt either of these teams to go for any of those comps. And Spider-Man fans obviously have found no joy today. We are not expecting to see that duelist brought out.
We haven't gone maybe a little Game 7 Spider-Man action, potential in the mist, but no, do not think that is going to happen. It seems like one of the biggest differences though is that like Adam and Platinum Star seem to value the Magneto pretty highly, where for Kanga they've opted to go with the Hulk instead to give that team up over to the Strange.
Yeah, like Donald is pretty flexible, goes kind of between the Magneto and the Hulk a lot, but yeah, I'll agree, like definitely like a little bit more Hulk in situations like this. For Platinum Star, if they want a Hulk, it's Ace that actually picks it up, right? And Lumi ends up playing support.
I feel like this series we've seen Kanga play more Hulk than we did previously throughout the tournament. It feels like they were playing Donald a lot on the Magneto, right? But the Hulk has been very strong, and we'll actually see Hypnotic, right, with the Winter Soldier out of the way, and also the Wolverine pick up Star-Lord here. So Star-Lord can put a lot of pressure on the back line. Also pretty good at like medium range poke, right? It doesn't really kind of seem like it would like fit his kit naturally, but very good at fighting in that range. And Revsy right there taking a KO, knocking out Chronic right off the rip.
Look, I also think that Star-Lord is pretty good against Psylocke, assuming that you can see them. They're not under the effects of that psychic stealth. Good burst damage. Psylocke, if they don't have the dashes, even if they do, they can be sort of chased down. And coming off spawn on this map, like you kind of get high ground. So if you want to jump into a fight with Galactic Legend, you're already up in the air. You don't have to use your dash straight away, which could be pretty awesome. Good start here for Platinum Star, though, Matt. A lot of those Revsy kills at medium to long range kind of pave the way.
Like you mentioned, the Star-Lord can definitely circumvent this Psylocke, right? Psylocke wants to get extremely close. With the Star-Lord, you can just dash away, right? Get out of harm's way. As see, now it's just kind of constant poke here for Kanga, trying to work their way through this choke.
And active lockdown did hit onto Lumi there, but not enough to give Donald an opportunity to go in for the kill. So now healing needed right now for Donald and co. Fate of Both Worlds is going to help them in that regard, and might be a dance of the butterfly for Chronic into the back line, but none of these support ultimates have been drawn out. I have Agamotto though, not really the connection Lumi was looking for. They're in a really awkward place here, Matt.
No, that's actually a connection with the Lumi Snow stun that's actually onto Lumi as he's trying to get the Eye of Agamotto off, gets stunned out of it. Really nice play there from Crimson. So that's going to break up that huge ultimate that comes out from Lumi. Makes it go for absolutely nothing.
All the ways to interrupt an Eye of Agamotto. It's an absolute zero. That is sick stuff. Revsy, though, eventually gets overwhelmed in that back corner. You can see Donald was not going to give up until that HELA was off the field. Adam can't do a whole lot to stop what Dom's doing right now. Don't really have the disruption, the displacement, but, well, yeah, this is nice from Hypnotic. Going on in, getting Crimson out of the mix here. Lumi, though, is down, so you're on a bit of a timer if you're Platinum Star, but you already have 80-odd% to work with.
And even though you get a few KOs in your favor early for Platinum Star, it's just the slipperiness and survivability of Chronic on the side lock, being able to, you know, side dash in and out, get into stealth and make plays, but then also the, you know, the whole just so difficult to deal with on the point, the mobility extremely high, obviously the HP pool very high as well as a Vanguard, so difficult to dislodge.
Didn't take long for another Eye of Agamotto to be built up here for Lumi. He'd sooner forget losing the previous one to the Luna stun. Here it is. Eye of Agamotto going to be thrown in straight away. Caught into Tyrax. The healing is there. So valued is Tyrax. The inspo is, of course, going to copy that Fate of Both Worlds to get him back up. But hey, they return the favor instantly. Tyrax emerges from the fray with, what, 3 kills there. Beautiful stuff.
Tyrax set a tremendous series, right? Whether it be on the HELA or a lot of other characters. We talked about how, I know Rebsy on the other side has looked so good on the HELA. Tyrax, when you think about even map number 1, kind of set the pace for the series on the Namor. It's really stepped up here to match that strong HELA play on the opposite side.
Inspo was wondering who the heck is shooting in the back.
Who's this?
It's Ace's Loki clone that's doing it, so that's cleared out, thankfully. And we're back to business. Big old Meteor M, though, is waiting in the wings. Adam looking to hold on to that.
It feels like Adam gets 2 with these every single time.
But there's so much crowd control here, though. Radioactive Lockdown, Absolute Zero, Eye of Agamotto, so much available to Kangi here to disrupt and interrupt in general. Galactic Legend, though, being held onto. Hypnotic wants to go for it. Up to the skies we go. Doesn't quite have the range, though. And, of course, naturally, a Lunar Snow ultimate to counter it out. Tyrax going to bide their time here. Sees Ace a little bit low. He's going to force him right away, and that is beautiful. Goddess to death for Tyrax, gets the double kill, and this puts Kanga in the lead on this map at 94 and counting, and I don't think there's a chance for Platinum Star to recapture.
No, I think I jinxed Adam as he goes to use the Meteor M. Everybody disengages there for Kanga. You actually had Tyrax there using the Goddess of Death, just completely stops doing anything there for the brief moment in time, and able to get 2 KOs with that HELA ultimate. Chronic also, you saw a lot of damage come down onto the Strange for Kanga, and Chronic actually uses the Dance of the Butterfly like in the choke. It actually allows them to buy a little bit of time to heal up techies, so you didn't really get much with the Dance of the Butterfly, but it did allow you to keep that Strange alive.
And again, this is a classic example of like the Loki Lunar Snow connection, and it's why Kanga always want to protect that Luna. Crimson is incredible on that, hitting some fantastic absolute zeros, but just like having the option to replicate that ultimate. Like you need, you really need the Luna to make that possible there. Again, solid healing be put out here by Inspo and Crimson respectively. So we get a chance to check in here with our stats. Of course, pretty even elsewhere. I want to point out though that, God of Trickery is available. Rebsy's Goddess of Death also is online, and they're looking for a good one. So far, it's been tough.
Inspo's going to be able to get what, like a Fate of Both Worlds potentially here off the rip. I mean, that is a pretty good value considering there's an Eye of Agamotto and Goddess of Death ready to go on the other side as Platinum Star decides to save 2 of these big crucial ultimates to try and get control early on the second point.
All right, good pressure in the front line here, care of Adam. Lumi as well with an Eye of Agamotto. Brief stun up there from the radioactive lockdown, but it doesn't really interrupt.
Little jump up, radioactive lockdown, just jump away.
Pretty troll. Goddess of Death, this is pretty good. Seraphim Shield, though, gets there in time, but it's ultimately going to be broken. Texi was just taking too much damage from the Sonic crossbow of Hypnotic as they were sat directly below them. The Fate of Both Worlds comes in, Inspo copying it here, but that healing is not enough. The burst damage of Lumi and co is filthy, and the knives earn Lumi a 3rd kill in that fight.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates there for Platinum Star coming into the fight, right? It was the Eye of Agamotto plus the Goddess of Death, and then also you ended up getting a God of Mischief during that, right? So Ace able to use a dupe ultimate, where on the other side of things for Kenka, you just had Inspo's God of Mischief. So now a little bit more even, right? Techi's going to come in here with his Eye of Agamotto, and then Chronic with a Dance of the Butterfly, and this is going to be Hypnotic, so Dance of the Butterfly getting a KO on a Chronic before they can even get things going.
Yeah, just a rare window, but there's no strategist ultimates available. So Platinum Star kind of get fortunate in that opportunity. But hey, better lucky than good. And if you got both, then, bully to you, I suppose. Now, Crimson, yeah, has built up that ultimate. Pretty great use case for it now, especially not up against the Meteor M. So Kanga going to have to find a way to cobble a strategy together for this next fight now that they have so much bloody healing. So Adam can really unravel them, though. Going to be a Dance of the Butterfly here used, and as you'd expect, you'd want to see Strategist ultimate come into play, but the Meteor M just flattened Donald. So a kill through all of that healing is going to be upsetting for Crimson, and it's going to be a slow start for Kanga.
Yeah, and the regen domain just dropped in the choke there by Ace, and all of the damage that Kanga would have pulled out, it just converts into healing there for Platinum Star. So already the HELA doesn't really want to fight in this choke, and then also trying to move through it, all the damage that you could possibly put down that could push Platinum Star off. He's just converted into healing, right? So a really difficult situation to be in here if you are Kanga. And I think with the amount of percentage here on the point, Mitch, do you think about maybe like, okay, can we trade out, let's say, a God of Mischief to potentially end up getting some of these ultimates out for a final round? Like, I think you obviously take this fight, but you have to look forward a little bit as well.
Oh my God, everybody turning up on Tyrax there. Is it just go for an ultimate from up above? That is so filthy. Platinum Star had a protocol ready to fight against that Goddess of Death, and Tyrax didn't know what hit him.
So, but this also isn't the worst thing in the world, right? Because that is 3 ultimates used there at the end of the round for Platinum Star. And you're going to come into this next round where Kang is actually going to hold on to a few of these. So we'll take a look here at the scoreboard in just a second. But that was at least, I know, the Revsy ultimate of the Goddess of Death. You also had a Dance of the Butterfly used there from Hypnotic. And then Ace ends up using the God of Mischief, right? So 3 ultimates used there towards the end. That gives an opportunity, a little bit of a window here for Kanga, right? Where you have the Eye of Agamotto, you have the God of Mischief here to kick things off. A brief window of opportunity where potentially you could end up using some of these key ultimates and taking it.
You are not as human as you
All right, we'll be looking at a triple strategist here from Kanga, but Chronix will go back over to the Psylocke. Inspo having a pretty nasty game so far. Some huge healing ultimates copying what Crimson has been able to do. And like you mentioned, Matt, the ultimate economy after that last fight definitely leaves Kanga in a more favored position. Carrying those ultimates in between rounds here sets them up for an early advantage. And Platinum Star, if they've tracked these, as in Skittles is supposed to be really masterful ult tracker according to Potato, have an idea that they're going to be unfavored in this first fight.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, it is 2-2 in the series between Platinum Star and Kanga. This is a huge map, right? Pushes the winner to game point here in our best of 7 finals. We get TP here that gets to the point early on. Eye of Agamotto is actually blocked.
Yeah, beautifully done there. That's Adam just getting that curtain up in time. And again, there's a shield to stop it, so it could be hard to get value from those. Texas, though, still isn't going to feel good about letting that ultimate go for nothing. Meteor M here is pretty sick if you're taking a bunch of fire. And yeah, there's an opportunity to go for it here. Up we go. Already 58 charge, so big damage coming in. But, of course, we have the Fate of Both Worlds here from both sides. That's right, Lunarstorm Ultimates covering the point here. Now that they've dissipated, sort of, Inspo might copy one here. There's an opportunity to go forward. Inspo, nicely done with the Ice Arts, actually. Copied damage coming through. Being able to take a kill with that hit scan element of Lunar Snow's damage coming through. Skittle's also down by a headshot, and Kanga just win the war of attrition.
Yeah, it's a double Fate of Both Worlds, right? As it's the Lunas using them, then we get the low-key duplicates there with the God of Mischief onto the Lunar Snows. So, Fate of Both Worlds just rolling on for the first about a minute and a half of this round. But like you mentioned, it's Kanga coming out on top and Tyrax coming out with some huge picks. Look at this, Platinum Star. They're going to take a little bit of a different angle. They're going to come directly from behind Kanga.
Awkward though, just as their platform got destroyed, they turn up in the fight and they're ready to throw down. Lumi, Agamotto catching on to Crimson, and that was all that he was looking for. Finally, Lumi able to get that virtual assassination there on the Lunar Snow. But isn't enough. Vyrax has been able to find Hypnotic, but elsewhere things are faring much better for Platinum Star, They will have a chance to flip the point and start to accrue some capture progress.
Yeah, some no strategists alive here by the point for Kanga. That's like really the hardest thing is Tyrax still picking up a few KOs though on the exit as it's finally Platinum Star able to get control of the objective where man Tyrax try and is hardest to be able to come up with some of those KOs towards the end. It got like 3 in the fight, but you lose both strategists. Really difficult to bounce back.
Yeah, and we've had a strategist alter happening every other fight. We're having 4 of them every other fight. So this was the off fight for those strategist ults. That's why we saw the HELAs be more impactful. Now we are back in a world of AoE healing in a moment. The regenerating domain there going to be used. On the side of Kanga here, Tyro's taking a face full of damage, but man, it was worth it. Knife collides with Skittles, and now a little bit late. These healing ultimates are coming out. Crimson also holding on to theirs for a little bit later on, so just a ridiculous amount of healing. Kanga, they will be able to ideally outlast Platinum Star.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, Platinum Star, if you can live long enough, right, for skills to get back in the mix, it's going to be the fate of both worlds. He's going to come flying right on in and pop that Luna ultimate. It's trying to dodge the Eye of Agamotto, not able to do so with that tree. Is Lumi going to take out Tyrex? This is a huge comeback here for Platinum Star.
Yeah, both Psylocks are also going for these Dance of the Butterflies here. Chronix is able to extend deeply enough to get rid of Skittles, and Crimson an ultimate able to be used. This should shut this ultimate down from Hypnotic, and yeah, not much can be done there. Good response. Texi heads up to the sky to shut down that HELA ultimate, and Crimson finds some value here with Ice Arts. Now this will be Kanga back in control. Remember, this is the map in the balance. One more round to decide it.
Yeah, and even though it was a pretty nice bounce back there from Platinum Star, able to keep that percentage rolling for a while with Skittles coming in with that fate of both worlds, you end up giving the point back to Kanga. They'll get very close to ending up taking the lead. Now, look like we're gonna have Donald here with this Meteor M. We'll see. It's Adam's really been the one who's been landing these big Meteor M's. We've seen Donald on the Hulk a decent amount, but could turn the tides here for Kanga.
Yeah, it looks like we should be expecting to see a dupe of a healing ultimate here for Inspo. Unclear what the choice was, but for
they
the
can't
time
exactly
being,
push in because Tyrax was actually using the Goddess of Death there, just putting down a ton of damage on the choke.
And so they've actually saved the fate of both worlds. This could be a problem. Okay, if Lunasong gets first down here, it's Curtains. Yep, Skittle couldn't quite get away. That's a huge edge for Kanga now to operate on.
And finding
Meteor ends up
HELA
coming from the other side, so both Lunas end up falling to those. Texi with a Maelstrom connection on Ace, though. Yep, claims the Loki kill. And now it's going to be Platinum Star forced straight off. And that was Kanga in the lead in this fight. It looks like they're going to carry that advantage through to take the map to go ahead 3-2.
Kanga puts themselves on series point here, pushing Platinum Star to the brink. There's a lot of people after, those first few games, right? Platinum Star looked to be number one. I think, though, that break that Kanga had, also being able to play Platinum Star, I think getting a better idea of how to play this ban and protect phase has really impacted this grand finals, as Kanga doing we did with me, you, and Potato, the predictions. I think I was the only one who had Kanga being able to take it, doing what a lot of people thought they could not here, is they have actually pushed Platinum Star all the way to the brink, as Platinum Star going to need to be perfect from here on out.
Just a really solid games from Revsy and Lumi in terms of the damage output, but honestly, that wasn't really enough to get them over the line. Inspo remained MVP from basically start to finish of that entire map, and that was a Platinum Star map pick that fell by the wayside. They were not able to find success here. I think the Loki gap felt pretty obvious on that particular round. Inspo really shone for me, always making sure, of course, that when there was a God of Trickery available, it is doing exactly what it is supposed to, which is generating another fate of both worlds. And the timing of those support ultimates has been pretty darn crucial. The backline here for Kanga is getting them a lot of mileage.
I also think the Magneto switch for Donald towards the end was pretty sick. He was actually able to get Skittles with that Meteor M, turn the corner, and then take out Revsy as well. Some huge pickoffs, some huge KOs there in the final moments from Donald.
The map 6 around the corner. It is Platinum Star trying to stay alive in the series and keep their eyes set on that championship title. Don't go too far. Another break. We'll be back into it with map number 6.